Hello and welcome to the A-Level Physics course at St George's. My name is Mr Martin and I will be the A-Level Physics teacher. You can see on screen my email in case you need to contact me. At any point during this video, if you want to spend longer on a slide, feel free to pause. I guess the first thing I should talk about is why should you do physics? Well, physics opens doors, it's recognised and regarded highly, and that's because it's a challenging and complex subject. And that's a good thing. Challenging and complex, that means it's interesting. That means it's going to push you to find out what you can do. It's going to start making you question, problem solve, really understand what's going on around you. And because of that, it leads into interesting specialist degrees. Courses that are going to provide you with great life opportunities, like physics, astronomy, chemical engineering, aerospace, electrical, all of these different fields it can lead into. Normally you'd be in a classroom on an introduction day, you come in and you meet myself and you notice that there'll be other students around the room, and there would be year 12 and year 13 students that asked to come back and talk to you about their experience, so you've got a first-hand feel of what it's like to go through the course. I've also had in the past ex-students from university come back to share their experience of how it helped them in their university. Now I didn't want you to miss out on this, so I asked for my year 12 students to give me some feedback, and I asked them some questions, and the first one I asked them is, why did you pick physics? To give you an idea of where they came from. And what you'll notice as you read through their answers is very much about they were ready for the challenge, they wanted to push themselves. They knew it was going to be challenging, and that's what drove them towards it, that's what they liked about it. A common theme that you'll see through there as well is that they wanted to understand things. They wanted to understand what was happening around them. And those two ideas of wanting to understand what's happening and wanting to challenge yourself together is what drove them into wanting to take physics. I then went on to ask them what it is that they enjoyed about the course after completing their first year. And what you'll notice in quite a few of their answers is that that challenge was still there. They enjoyed that challenge, that pushing themselves to understand. But they also liked the way that they learnt how to learn again, how A-Level was different to GCSEs. There is a large part of independent learning. There's also a large part of collaborative learning inside the classroom, working together with your peers and not just tackling everything on your own. It's about working as a group to get through the course, and that discussion really opens up your understanding to explain it and will help you when you come to do your exams. Very important thing to think about is, what is your driving motive? You need to ask yourself, why physics? Why is it that you want to do physics? Because if you can work out why, it's going to give you a purpose. It's going to give physics a purpose. What is it that you're thinking about for university? Is physics needed for that? If you can get that, you found your motivation. And with motivation, that's going to push you through. That's going to give you the energy to keep on going, to work hard, to get the grades that you deserve. It is challenging and complex, but with motivation, it's possible. So again, I asked my year 12s, in light of what we've just been talking about, what is the toughest part of physics? You'll see the common answer coming through here is that the amount of work to get through, the intensity that we go through the course. It is challenging and complex, I've said this, but with a motivation, it will get you through. I think this last one sums it up nicely. The workload and not procrastinating. You have to actively study and work in physics. Putting off work will leave you disadvantaged compared to your class and make it far harder to catch up. Do the work when it is set and you'll be happy and praised and actually have free time when you want it. Yes, the amount of work is heavy. It is difficult. But if you keep on top of it, you will be able to find free time. You'll feel good about being able to be successful in physics. I'm just going to go through briefly a bit now about the teaching style and the content that we'll cover. I'll go over some of the units that we do, and I'll briefly explain the exams that will come at the end of your second year. Remember, the A-Level, the ownership is on you. However, I am here to help you own it, to guide you through and correct you when you're making mistakes and keep you on the right path. So at St George's, you'll be following the AQA exam board for A-Level Physics. and I've put the units that we'll cover through up on the board there. They do break down quite a lot. For example, mechanics and materials breaks down a lot into energy, Newton's laws, moments, momentum. All of that is combined in together. Along with electricity, breaks down very much into quite a large unit. There are a lot of topics in there. I also put up there the book that we'll be using for the first year. You won't need it for the first 2 weeks. I have scans of the first few pages. However, if you are set that you are going to do physics and confident that your motivation is there, then by all means go ahead, grab that, and you can start looking through over the summertime. You'll see on the bottom there as well, engineering. The last topic, or the last unit that we cover, is an optional one of 4 different ones, and we offer the engineering as the option that we'll be going through. Along with this, we'll be going through the practicals that we have to cover over the 2-year course, which total up to 12 different practicals from an arrangement of different topics there. We'll do some practice leading up to the practicals for when you do your final version, but students usually enjoy those, and it's a good chance to put in place the theory that you've been learning. I'll put this slide here just so you can have a look at the breakdown of the 3 papers that you'll do at the end of year 13. Each one is 2 hours long. And if you want to, you can pause there and have a quick look through that in more detail. Each week there'll be 2 expectations of you: to have your preparation done ready for the week, and to have your 7s done ready for the week. Preparation work is done from the textbook, and it's done before a topic is taught. You'll be able to read through there and answer the questions in the book. You'll be able to self-mark and make corrections, and I'll just check through there before I teach the unit to make sure that you've done the foundation work ready for the lesson, so you'll be able to understand the concepts I talk about and the equations that I will be using. 7s are a very helpful resource that will be provided to you. They are condensed down notes. You can think of them almost like cheat sheets. They have all the key equations written down on them, all the key definitions and all the key explanations. If you keep up with them and learn them, are going to be very, very helpful for when you come to do your exams. Not that you'll be able to take them in with you, but by that point you'll have gone over them so much they'll all be inside your head. Step 2 will take place in class, and this will be where the teaching happens. So in class we'll tackle and work our way through the classwork, which is a series of exam style questions. The learning will revolve around these, and this will show us any flaws in understanding that you have, and we'll be able to go over them up on the board or as a group. Usually what will happen is you'll attempt the questions independently on your own to begin with, then discuss the answers that you got in a group together, collaboratively, and then with the mark scheme you'll go through that and work out which parts you got correct, which parts you got wrong, and which bits as a group you managed to work your way through. Then as a class we can go through any bits that weren't understood properly before we move on to the next question and see improvement straight away. Step 3 will be to do with consolidation. Consolidation is a 30-minute piece of work to take home with you that you'll be able to complete on your own, use the mark scheme to look over, and just consolidate the classwork that we've been doing that week. Step 4 is homework. Now the idea of homework I'm sure is not foreign to all of you. I'm sure everyone understands what homework is, and essentially that is how it will work here. Homework, as it implies, is taken home and done independently at home, very similar to consolidation work. However, unlike consolidation work, you won't be marking the homework. The homework will be brought in and I will mark it, and I'll give you detailed, scrutinized feedback on the work that you've done. Remember, you've done preparation, 7s, classwork, you've done consolidation, you've been exposed to a lot of content, and you should be exam ready before you do your homework. Your homework is a chance for you to see how you would do in an exam. As such, I will feed back to you like it was an exam, and you'll be able to see the mistakes that you made, the silly places, forgetting units, not remembering to round numbers, misreading questions, misunderstanding the question, missing a mark due to a simple 7s that you could have memorized and got an extra 2 marks with. Things like this will be pointed out to you. you realise how many careless mistakes you make. Step 5 will be a check test. A check test will simply be questions that you've seen before, given to you in class. You'll know it's coming up, but you don't know which questions they are. It might be a homework from 3 weeks ago or a homework from 2 months ago. It's just to make sure that you're keeping up to date with the topics that we've gone through already and not forgetting about them. It's a good way to make sure revision keeps on being done, and when it comes to your exams, you'll be thankful for these. Step 6 is the unit test, and it's the last step in a unit. Once all the topics of a unit are done, a final test will be given to you, and it will involve content from all of the topics within that unit. For example, mechanics will involve things energy, resolving forces, momentum, etc. There are a few different topics within the unit of mechanics. This will be marked by myself, and you'll be given a grade on this, and this is what we will use as your basis going forward to come up with predictions, along with homeworks, sevens tests, and how you've been doing it in class. An important question is, what do you need to be able to come onto the physics A-level course at St George's? We say a GCSE triple student needs a level 5 in physics, or if you didn't do triple and you did combined, you need a 5/5 grade across the physics, biology and chemistry. And ideally within your physics exam in there, you would have a level 5 on that one as well. You also need to have a maths and an English level of 5 to be able to access the questions. English to be able to correctly describe the concepts, and maths due to all the equations and algebra, along with the trigonometry that's going to be involved in solving the mathematical based questions in the exam. This is a minimum requirement, and if you do come in with a level 5, I strongly recommend that over the summer you look at the areas that you're weak at in GCSE and try to patch those up, and don't let them hold you back when you're doing the A-level course. I have some advice here from the Year 12s for you. Some things that they wanted to say to help you get in the correct mindset of what to expect when you come in for physics. Pause the video if you want to, and you can read those. And 3 more pieces of advice there as well. The key here is to get ready for September. And this will be true for all of your subjects. You have your summer milestones, get those completed, make sure you understand everything about them, and come with the motivation to be successful, with the motivation to work hard to get the grades that you deserve, and with the motivation to keep up with the work, not fall behind, and make sure you're always looking ahead at what is to come. So, as you can see, that's the Physics A-level course. And again, my name is Mr. Martin, and you should be able to see my email on page there, martinj@sgsce.co.uk. It's the short version, or the long version, martinj@stgeorgescov.kent.sch.uk. If you do wish to receive the summer physics work pack, please don't hesitate to email me. Likewise, any questions, don't hesitate to email me again. Can I suggest, I do get quite a few emails, so if you could put down somewhere in the email that you are emailing me about the A-level physics course, that would be helpful. If you put down your name, the school that you've come from, and potentially which other A-levels it is that you might be thinking of doing, that is also helpful. I'll send you back the summer work pack, and then complete that, ready for September, and I hope to see you then. I'll leave you with these 2 comments from the same student that directly show how having a strong motivation, resilience, and desire to improve can lead to positive progress and skills that will be able to be implemented across your subjects and through into university.